So if you haven't heard, on Friday, this just happened last Friday, the 18th. AI generated art is not copyrightable. This was ruled by a federal judge. So that means if you produce something using Midjourney, using Stable Diffusion, using DALL-E, you name it, you name the AI image generator, you can't copyright that image. So why is this important? And how should you think of this? So I have been saying since the beginning in January, I'm very proud that my prediction is true, but facts are facts. I've been saying since January that AI generated art is going to be very, very hard to copyright. And now it was just proved in court that that is true. So whenever you generate something in Midjourney, et cetera, you get a JPEG, you get a high resolution image. I would bet that 95 up to 99% of us, even creatives like me with 11 years in building online businesses and being an entrepreneur, I don't know how to jump in and edit that image. And I would bet, again, 95 to 99% of people do not. Because of that, the barrier to change, modify that image is pretty high. If you don't know what you're doing, you're just going to run and use that image, right? Not with words. And I teach a craft framework, right? I teach people how to actually edit the content that comes out of AI to make it yours. That is something you can own the copyright to because you're making it yours. Are you ever making that AI generated image yours? You're likely not touching it at all. I can count on one hand, one person I know, Brian Fanso, that put 9 hours into modifying a Midjourney piece of art. That's amazing. He made it his. And that art he's now selling, it's hanging in living rooms. It's painted on the side of a car. So that's something you really want to keep in mind. Whenever you're producing things with AI, can I copyright it? And if not, I wouldn't use it in books. I wouldn't put it on my blog. And I would be very careful about where I put it. You could put it in social media. You could put it in a newsletter. You could put it in something that's more temporary. But if you're creating content and you're monetizing that content and that content's going to live forever, be careful what you put in it. I have personally been sent a cease and desist in the last 10 years that was associated to a potential $100,000 fine because my writer went and used somebody's illustration in my blog. That blog ranked for a keyword years later, and the illustrator found it and got her attorney to send us a cease and desist. So that's why I'm very, very careful about what I use in my content, because I never want years later to all of a sudden be facing an issue in court. That's for the bees, for the birds is the term. So this is something I would really caution you to keep in mind when you're creating content. If you're going to generate images on Midjourney, and I still will continue to, you'll still see it in my newsletters, but I would just be very careful. And for me, I would never put that in a book. And I would hesitate to put it in a blog, although I really think you could probably get away with putting a Midjourney image in a blog because, we're talking about AI. AI wants us to use it. The creators of these AI machines want us to use the AI. It's not like that illustrator that's going to come and sue you because they make pennies off of every single placement of their illustrations, right? So the likelihood of AI saying, hold on, that's mine, I want it, is very low because it's in the greater interest of AI that you actually used what's generated. But again, I just wouldn't put it in a book or something that you're going to monetize that's going to live forever. Be careful. All right. That's my 2 cents from your favorite AI expert since January of this year. I hope that helps.